Gulfstream Park race 1, 0 minutes to post. Where they at? Oh, they're just moving over to the turf. They start off on the turf today. We on the turf. 8 furlongs, race 1. I thought the 6 might be a single here. I was 6-5-1-3, but I cut the 2 and 4. I thought my best bet in race 4, the 1 horse, if you're playing early. I thought the 1 was a single in race 4. Again, 1 single race 4. I thought that the 6 might be a single here. I didn't necessarily love the 5. It's kind of a brutal group, right? Lifetime. They've all struggled to win, but you look at the 6, give me options, drops 4 points in SOR. You get Sammy Camacho, second leading rider. He got 71 wins. Diego got 73 now. Rails way out, 66 feet today. So make mind of that. We'll talk about the stakes race in race 6, but at 39%, you're getting 4 to 5. That was expected off the E morning line. I mean, look how good the E morning line is. I mean, it's spot on with where the betting is. So, 6-5-1-3, maybe 6 might be a single. And not the best bet was the 1 in race 4, though. Let's watch this. We'll talk through it, and then we'll get through the rest of the card. Thanks all for joining. Big trade in baseball. Mr. Scooble goes to the Dodgers, makes the best team even better. Crazy times. All right, race 1 about to go, and then we'll jump. They are off up front. Who we get up front? Numinous to the lead, down to the inside. You have Kissin' the Ladies. The 5 and 6 both tracking. Give me options. And Amber Son in between horses, but up front, Kissin' the Ladies, followed by Numinous, and you have Rocky Lagoon, the 35-1 bomber who wants to get to the lead. The 2 favorites give me options, and Amber Son riding in 4th and 5th there, both sitting good trips, 25 first quarter, so they weren't going fast. Rocky Lagoon wants to take the lead up to the front, 35-1 big price. On the lead this morning, sitting second, Numinous at 9-2, and third down on the rail, Kissin' the Ladies, and in 4th, the favorite, Give Me Options. They went 48 at the half. Down in 5th, you have the 4-horse, Flame Fire. But Give Me Options trying to get a run here in 3rd, but up front, Rocky Lagoon on the lead, running in 2nd now. Give Me Options, the favorite, and in 3rd, Flame Fire at 17-1, but Give Me Options takes the lead on the turf to kick off the card. Flame Fire running in 2nd, big race at 17-1, and in 3rd, Kissin' the Ladies, but Give Me Options wins it for Mr. Sammy Camacho. All right, we back. We'll jump to race 2. We thought that the 6 there might be a single, though. Give Me Options. I'll drop the sheet here in a little bit if you're waiting for that, but let's keep rolling. Let's go to race number 2. I thought it was a little bit tough. A maiden claimer again. I thought the 6 there might be a single in race 1, and then the 1 in race 4. I'd be spread here, 4-2-1-6. I didn't really have a strong opinion. I mean, the 5 even could run a good race. I mean, they're all lightly raced. Sheila's Magic does have a run last out. Pena rides. They drop a couple points in SOR. Leah's Love for Barbosa. Definitely a source training well. Let me get it. It's always easier. I mean, nice work tab. There's really no recent videos, but I watched a little bit of the past videos. This horse looks fit, ready to roll. Wouldn't be surprised. And then Satira. Satira here definitely fits. I mean, Barbosa Perez probably going to be aggressive on the drop. So I thought the 2nd race a little bit tough. We'll keep rolling. I don't want to spend too much time there. 3rd race. Yeah, so this was kind of a crazy race. They all were in this, so I think we can see it here. Yeah, in this 720 race, there was a couple AEs. I think we had 2 scratches. There was 14 horses in this field back on July 20th. And Lady Chance was actually the favorite, but was hung super wide. Oh, there's 12 horses. That's right. There's 14 total horses. We had 2 scratches, scratched the field down to 12. Was in a brutal kind of 9 post, was the 11 horse in that race. I just didn't have the best trip. Might need the lead and couldn't get there because there was other speed in this race. But today, she might be able to get to the front. And I would say the same thing for Zany Lady. Like she was in that same race, was down kind of on the inside. I think she was in like the two posts, maybe 3 posts. She was in the 3 posts for Kathleen. But then D'Angelo claims, and he's been hot. I will tell you all, he's moving up in the trainer standings. He's all the way up to 3rd, and he's trying to take Barbosa for 2nd. But I'm not sure I'll see that today. Barbosa might get some wins, but one of them going to be on the lead. But I thought it was a little. I thought it was a little bit of a competitive race. I was 1-6-2, and then deep spread would be the 7 and 3 for playing a pick 4. So it's just all of these horses have been facing each other. It's really crazy. I watched some of these races, and it's just kind of a hard read on the group. It could be just who gets to the front, which is why Lady Chance and Zany Lady could be tough. Right, but there could be a little bit of a duel up front, so maybe somebody can sit the trip at a little bit of a price there in race 3. Race 4, this would be, we had our best bet yesterday. That daily double we paid $330 to 1, which is not bad. $3 was 2 chalks. I get 2 to 5 and a 6 to 5. Paid 3 to 1. I don't mind singling prices, but I do like the price later, but I thought that Striking Finale was the horse to beat here. I mean, they've all won one time to start our optional claim. You look at the GSR. The 6 has a strong GSR, as well as the 1. You look at La Redonda for Rios and Dominguez, might need the lead. I think there's enough speed here. We'll watch the race. I just think the 1 Striking Finale sits a dream trip off of this group. I do like the 1, and then the 2 and the 3 and the Exacta and the Try, I thought was a bit interesting. But I think the 4, 5, 6 all going to set some pace here going 8.5. The rail at 66 feet, we just saw right there. They went 25 in the first quarter in that first race, and the 6 giving options comes up over the top to win. So they're small enough fields. I don't worry too much about the rail as long as the horse has some tactical speed, is able to kind of sit the trip. And that's what I think Striking Finale does today. When we look, ran last out for Ramsey again versus some of this same group. You can see that anytime you see a blue date with Equine Edge, and then you can see with the dots face the 5 and the 4, did not face the 3, who maybe he's a little bit of a contender, but I think underneath. But Diego Rides, leading jockey, 73 wins, riding outstanding. They dropped 10 points in strength of race, and she just missed last out, 3-0 Philly group. 1 back here, stocking the pace by 7 lengths. So I think finds a comfortable spot here, is protected in a starter group for Ramsey. I just think it's going to be tough to beat. It would be my single of the early sequence. I did play that early pick 5. I singled in the first leg, the 6, and I singled here. So we'll see what happens. But I think you're getting, probably getting even money would be my guess. 6 to 5 even money right around there. But that would be that's my best bet of the card, I guess, from a strength of conviction standpoint. I do like a price a little bit later. The late sequence, if I was playing the pick 5, I'd single here. I'd single to start off. I don't mind doing that, but that would be my single in the late pick 5. So early pick 5, late pick 5 is the 1 Striking Finale. Let's keep rolling. I put Big Timer on top here. I probably would look at a daily double out of the 1. The kind of crazy thing about this race, the 7 horse is first time Sappy. Yes, it sounds like it picked up horses from Happy Altar, and there's some speed here, but I do think the 7 probably sits the trip. When we watch the race sim, it shows it's fairly wide open actually, which a little bit interesting. But I did put the 7 on top. I was 7, 6, 5. That'd probably be where I would go. The 2, I got the 1, 4, and 8, maybe deep add on the 2 and 3, but I think the 7, 6, 5 can get us through. The 5 Emerging Leader does run a good race with Sammy Camacho aboard, getting 2nd win, 71 wins. You have, the 6, Volco Vivo, Thomas, Rohan, they do so well together, 23%. He rides a lot for Rohan. So anytime you see him aboard for Rohan, you know you're going to get it, you're going to get a good run, and has a pretty significant pace advantage. So could get loose on the main track, but I think big timer, first time Safi we talked about, Diego rides, having great meet, leading in wins, has been at this level last out, a little bit tougher, but it faced primarily tougher before that. 6.5 shouldn't, can be a kind of a tricky distance, but I think with that speed, we'll find a good stocking trip. And, 6, I think could be tough up front, but I think the 7 sits a trip. So 7, 6, 5 in race 5. Race 6, there's only 8 races today. And then we got mandatory Monday. So we'll be back tomorrow for mandatory Monday for sure. I think that probably a little bit of a carryover going in. I didn't look yet, but I thought that, so vulnerable favorites in back-to-back races. I'm trying to beat the favorites here. Yeah, you can see the morning line. I just think the win percent shows this race is wide open. I know a lot of people think that the 1 tank and the 3 prevent are just going to duel, but I'm not so sure. Speed's dangerous. One of these could get to the lead, be tough. Maybe tank can figure out how to rate off the pace, and the race sim show is going to kind of try and sit the trip, and the 3 completely backs up. I think that could make it dangerous going 8. I worry a little bit for Siege of Boston with the pace. I know there's some speed, but to run into this, a lot of people are going to be on Siege of Boston and miss the cut. I like the 5 Private Thoughts at a price. You'll see is right here, has the strongest genetic strength rating of the group. When we look from a lifetime perspective, they're all a bunch of winners, which you like to see. Actually has the most wins at 9. GSR is the strongest, has won at 8 furlongs, but has predominantly been facing easier. But when you look at the E morning line, this race, anywhere from 7-2 to 5-1. It's actually, the 7, I think, a price. Yeah, the 7, 12-1. But I don't think that horse fits. But all these others completely fit. I know that Siege of Boston has the class, 1 last out, 1 at Laurel, but gets to the Gulfstream turf. Horses predominantly been going long. I do worry a little bit with the rail and 8 furlongs that will suit this horse. It has 3 seconds and only 1 win. And then at the same time, I think Miss the Cut's just taking a lot of money because of these both recent runs at Gulfstream, has been facing some of this group. But I think this is extremely competitive. I put the 2 and 4 both to get upset as vulnerable favorites. I don't know which one's going to be the favorite, but it's probably one of them. I am 5, 1, 3, all prices. I've taken Tank the long shot. I think a lot of people are going to dismiss that horse, but I think absolutely fits here versus this group. And again, it could be about who gets to the front, or maybe Tank can show some ability to rate off the pace and gets first jump and holds on. But I don't think this is a lock from a short price perspective in this handicap race. It's a great handicap race, I thought. But again, I'd be singled in race 4 to kick off pick 5. Try to get a price there. 6, vulnerable favorite. It's mainly because I think this race is so competitive. It's a really competitive group. The horse is only 5%. A 7-2 E morning line. I try to beat horses like this all day. I know that I think it actually wins the race sim, but there's not a lot of speed here. The 4 might show some speed, could be dangerous up front, but I think if that happens, they'll set some pace. And I think it's just too competitive that you sit here and try to trust a short price in Stella Bionda in such a highly competitive race. So I was a 5 on top. And you'll see, the race sim likes this horse, could take this group a long way. If there was rain, I would love this horse in the Tapeta with some moisture in the track, but there's not. So it can make it a little bit difficult with no moisture in the track, on the lead. The 6 just gets there, but as I talk about a lot, if you don't like a horse, just cut it. 5 wins fairly easily. But 5, 7, 1, 3, 2, 4, if you're deep spread. I really do think this is a very competitive starter optional claim for Philly 3-year-olds. You look at New Life, one last out of 52, 1x2 lengths on the lead. Could do it again. Sammy Camacho rides. He was aboard there. He's been aboard. Could be dangerous up front. We look at the 6. I mean, Burn Money 3 back. Did face a tougher group last out. Ocasio rides back. He does not win a ton, right? Only 7%. Castro can be dangerous, but I don't like him as price. I don't like him with chalk. This is his owner trained. He owns a lot of horses that he trains. I mean, one on the speed on 3 straight, but 2 of those were at this level. Just got up 4 back. I don't know. I find this horse hard to trust in what looks like kind of a fairly paceless race, unless the 4 with the apprentice Pedro Pena try to inject some pace coming off some dirt sprints. It could inject a little bit of the pace, but the pace numbers are all so low. But again, I'd be spread here in any type of horizontal sequence. Definitely one of the tougher races, along with, I thought, race 3 was race 7. And then to close out the card, again, only 8 races. I was 1-5 if narrow, and then I would add the 3 and 6. Actually, I would be 1-5-3-6. The Scotty Longshot first-time starter angle at a 22% horse, that's dangerous. And the horse shows no speed, but you got a firster here, has a strong GSR. You predominantly kind of GSR play here, not use the 7, but the 6-3-5-1. And, again, if you're narrow, maybe you can get through with the 1-5. But I don't like to dismiss firsters. I mean, it's a 2-year-old group. They're going 7.5. The rail is out again, 66 feet. So predominantly going to favor speed. I think the 7 and 8, 4 really aren't players here. So I'm narrow to those 4. All right, y'all. You're here a little bit longer because we decided to call that first race, but good luck today. Best bet race 4, the 1. And as I mentioned, I do like the exacta in that race too. The 1 cold on top over the 2-3, maybe mix those around and Dutch them. Maybe even a trifecta there in race 4. And, maybe a daily double into race 5. The 7 could be tough there for Safi, but you might have some nice odds on a couple other horses there in race 5. But pick 5 could pay okay. You might be able, if you get that favorite in race 4, you might get prices in the other 4 legs. So not a bad sequence today for the pick 5 or the pick 6. Pick 6 start in not this race, the next one. All right, y'all. Good luck. Have fun. Press your opinion. We'll be back tomorrow, mandatory Monday at Gulfstream Park. And chat soon.